Dwayne Johnson suits up as Black Adam. But of course, if he ever says Shazam, he turns into an old man in a loincloth, I think. Something like that. Anyway, here we are once again at Cosmic Book News talking about some other article where Dwayne Johnson, where they get some scenes here of him in the suit. It's in a blue tint, but, pretty close to what it's supposed to look like, And it goes into the details. Total Film is the magazine that has the exclusive. Well, not so much anymore, huh? Well, anyway, but he does reveal some things about the costume, that it was the typical costume they do, and it was all very heavily padded. Well, it's Dwayne Johnson. And he says he hated the suit, and he says tear all the padding out, and then he puts it on because he worked really hard to get in great shape, and so he doesn't need the padding. So there you go. Probably the first superhero actor who needed no padding whatsoever. Maybe Henry Cavill, he's been working out a lot, could pull it off. But anyway, there you go. That's the deal with the costume. And it looks like some wear and tear has happened over the years. Keep in mind, Black Adam is ancient. But if they pull this off, this will be a cool 3-part act within his film, I think, of him being in ancient times. You could weave in not just the Wizard Shazam, but characters like Naboo and all of that. And that rumors about Wonder Woman having Aryan in it, he could be around too in those times. Stuff like that. He gets imprisoned. He breaks out. The Justice Society is introduced, so I'm guessing they're going to weave that in where there was a Justice Society during World War II. And Dr. Fate would show up, I'm guessing, maybe in that, or it'll be in a modern time line with Pierce Brosnan playing the role of Dr. Fate, and which has its connection, obviously with Naboo in that time and the wizards and whatnot. And a lot of cool stuff could be weaved together out of this whole thing. And so that's exciting about it. So anyway, we get, a better look of him in the suit. There's a couple other scenes, there he is, and there's he has the cloak that you saw from the teaser, and he doesn't look happy, no. But then, of course, it goes on about all of this. I'm sure you have to check out the article to get the full details, because it's been a long time in coming. But he talks about that was just a lot of talk. There wasn't really anything official yet until lately. But nevertheless, he always had the interest in it and whatnot. And going on about the details of that he will become this anti-hero. He's a villain at first, but he becomes an anti-hero because he's very brutal in his version of justice. So that would always put him at odds with other superheroes. Most notably, Superman. So he talks about his approach to all of this and his appreciation for fandom and whatnot. And certainly in this era, that's rather telling. So he says you get one shot out of the gates to build these characters properly. Well, yes, but DC is having to try to do it again. We paid attention to some of the pitfalls that other films had experienced in the past in the world of DC, and what rightfully got a lot of fans unhappy and pissed. Gee, I wonder what he's talking about. And as a fan, I was one of them, yeah. So, he's not spelling it out, but you get what he's talking about. So let's make sure we respect tradition and mythology. Oh boy, do we need that more than ever, huh? Because it's not happening. At this point, the movies are probably going to be better than what they've done in the comics, which they've completely given up on it, tokenizing characters and all that crap. There's theories as to why that is, but it's got nothing to do with art or representation and whatnot. But anyway, but yeah, respect that, and you'll do good. But let's not be handcuffed creatively. Yeah, I mean, when you're dealing with a character like Black Adam that's decades old now, and how many different versions of the story being told, but the basic foundations of him remains, then you're good. And you're not going to be able to put all of that into a movie, even if you get a trilogy out of this. You wouldn't be able to do it. You wouldn't even be able to do it with the, HBO Max series. It's just too much stuff. But you're respectful to it, and you weave it in to your new versions of it, and that's all the possibilities of an adaptation of these things in a different medium. But you don't do it at the expense of respect for its source material, which has been lost quite a bit of late. So he says, we can do anything if we keep the audience first. Yeah, because if there's no audience, there's no money to be made. So to me, there's a battle that's going to go down one day between Black Adam and Superman. I don't know who that Superman is going to be. Henry Cavill. So he's being a little coy here. I think, obviously, because he got, what was it, Boss Logic to do that artwork of him fighting. It's Henry Cavill Superman, and they're both represented by his former wife. So he knows the guy's phone number. But he's going along. But I get from this that it's not a settled deal. That's the one thing he says. I don't know who that Superman is going to be, and I don't know who's going to play him. That's okay. Well, not completely. I don't need to know right now because, he's just now getting Black Adam off the ground. If this thing bombs, then forget it. That's the deal. But I'm confident in knowing that. He laughs. And that's based out of what fans want. And they want Henry Cavill. So you get the idea, don't you? We work backwards from there. Yeah. There's already a Superman established in the DCEU. It's Henry Cavill. And that's what you need to do. You want to make your other Superman stuff. I would go, if you want to do the Black Superman, Michael B. Jordan's version, probably the better one. Forget about Bad Robot. I think that's trash and doesn't deserve any chance. But when it comes to the DCEU and Clark Kent Superman, right now, hands down, that's Henry Cavill. I'm sure there's other actors out there that can follow suit at a later date, but I mean, what I keep saying, if they'd done this properly, Henry Cavill would be coming to the end of his Superman career at this point. You would have had a Superman trilogy already, some Justice League films, and all that stuff. And then he could be rounding it out here, doing some movies with Black Adam and stuff. And then coming out of Matt Reeves' Batman, you could probably introduce another Superman and go with that so that you keep, because these are characters like James Bond, it goes on and on and on. And you can just start over with other things. And these other stories that you couldn't get to, well, you can flesh them out with these guys and stuff like that. And, of course, the clock ticks. We all get old, and we age out of these roles. They age out of these roles. And that's how that goes. But it's just these massive stumbling blocks that DC had for really no good reason at all. But anyway, Black Adam gets released July 29th, 2022. And I'm forgetting this guy's name, Sarah, and all. Yeah, Pierce Brosnan, Dr. Fate, Aldous Hodges, Carter Hall. That's the thing about wait a minute, Hawkman's black and all that, but Hawkman reincarnates over the ages, and I'm wondering about this: is he a Justice Society Hawkman, or is he the original Carter Hall living in Egypt in ancient times and would have encountered a Black Adam, that would be interesting. But since it's supposed to be a lineup of the Justice Society, I'm guessing he'll play both versions, But it is interesting that Pierce Brosnan is allowed to be Kent Nelson and Dr. Fate, because I'm sure this will be his only appearance they'll pass it on to the Egyptian kid that is the current Dr. Fate and that sort of thing. But still, cool. Hopefully when they do the Blue Beetle, they'll have the other Blue Beetles, primarily Ted Kord, depicted as well. But anyway, and then the once He-Man Noah Centineo, but he's going to be Atom Smasher. And Sarah Shahi is playing Isis. I'm guessing they won't have the stones to call her that, But that's the character. It's too bad. I think they should just say we got it first. Screw those assholes and call her Mighty Isis. She becomes Black Adam's main squeeze. Oh yeah. So anyway, there we go. Black Adam on the way, and down the road, going to take on Superman, and we all know who should be playing Superman. Thanks for watching and listening. Say, while you're still here, why not like and subscribe and share with your many friends? Yes. Also, check out my mini stores in the link description below. Yes, where you can get t-shirts, hats, mugs, all those goodies with my artwork on them. Oh, yeah. And head over to indieplanet.com and pick up a copy of my comic book, Night Night. Oh, yeah. You can also catch me at my podcast, Mr Nailsin Show, on RadioMisfits.com. And you can also watch my videos on BitChute.com and now on Rumble.com. Oh, my goodness. So many places to watch me and my stuff. Oh, yeah. And if that's not enough for you, well, you can follow me on many social media platforms and say hi to your old pal, Mr. Nailsin.